Today, our verse is Matthew 24, verse 42. Therefore, stay awake, for you do not know on what day your Lord is coming. This verse comes within the last part of the Gospel of Matthew, called the eschatological discourse of Jesus, the teaching about the end of time. Jesus begins by saying that no one knows the time the end will come. He gave the example of the days of Noah, when people did not heed the call of God before the flood. He went further to say that the end will come suddenly and unexpectedly. Our verse puts everything together. Stay awake, for you do not know the day the Lord is coming. 2 points I wish to examine in this verse. What does it mean to stay awake, and what is the day of the Lord? The verb gregoreo literally means watch, be or keep awake, be on the alert, be watchful. The idea of staying awake comes from the Old Testament. The word shakat means to be watchful or vigilant. In Psalm 127, the psalmist says, "Unless the Lord watches over the city, the watchman keeps awake, shakat, in vain." The watchman, shomer, was someone who stayed at the city tower to watch out for the advancing enemy. His duty was to stay awake and keep watch. But the psalmist stresses the fact that the watchman may keep watch in vain if he does not rely on the Lord, who watches over the city. To stay awake, therefore, means to be vigilant and watch out for the devil, our enemy. Above all, to stay awake for the day of the Lord. The day of the Lord also goes back to the Old Testament. The prophets spoke of the coming of the Messiah. We have so many instances in the prophets. For instance, in Isaiah chapter 13, verse 6, Isaiah chapter 13, verse 9, or Jeremiah chapter 46, verse 10. The prophets envisaged a terrible day when God would take vengeance on his enemies. That is not our reflection for today. When Jesus says the day of the Lord is coming, he takes his audience to the coming of the Messiah. Jesus, as the Messiah, fulfilled the coming of the Lord prophesied by the prophets. He, in turn, prophesied about the final return of the Son of Man. The call of Jesus shouldn't be a threat, but rather an invitation to be more diligent and be ready at all times. The call is to keep watch, because the enemy may come at any time, so that he doesn't come to take possession of our lives before the Lord comes. While Jesus speaks about his final return, we must remember that it may not happen in our lifetime, but death may knock at our door at any time. This end must always be before our eyes. We have to stay awake like the shomer, who stays at the city tower watching out for the advancing enemy. In our own case, we have to watch out for the evil one who wants to take the place of the Spirit in our lives. The call today is to be vigilant and keep watch at our spiritual lives. Lord, give us the grace to be alert always. Open our eyes to see the advancing enemy to our spiritual lives, and give us the strength to fight and defeat the enemy. Amen. And I invite you to share your thoughts and your comments on this verse. Subscribe to our YouTube channel, and let us continue to reflect each day on a verse of the Bible. God bless you.